Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Tokuskai Inside Look podcast. This episode is brought to you by our amazing patrons over at Patreon, who have generously donated as little as a cup of coffee to as much as the cost of a bowl of ramen per month. You can find episode videos for these interviews as well as deeper dives into other subject matters at patreon.com/Tokuskai Canada. If you are enjoying this work, please consider supporting us.
So I started at 8 doing judo, it was for me, I was like a kid, I was furious, fighting my brother and others, just normal kid, climbing trees and I was always aware about the safety from my parents. So I saw the ukemi in judo. My friend from school showed me ukemi, and wow, I can't be hurt when I fall. So I went there, and it was the right thing for a young boy. You show, you can fight and no one is hurt. Beautiful. It was a wonderful thing, and so I make competitions, and every week we went for taikai and so on, and then I made judo until 14. Then and at 13, my friend, it was him. He brought me some thoughts about Zen and the thinking behind this fighting. We were just prodding for fight, for winning. Just some thinking about it was not part of it. So we started to why some techniques are not allowed in competition because are too dangerous. So why we are not practicing it in a safety way. So safe way. And then came karate. So this karate thinking. Okay, so I can find these people there which will explain me this philosophy or something. I was 12. Yeah, 12. And at 12 I started karate and another disappointment. I did kata. It was nice. It was nice. It brought me the thing I was looking for, the katas. Never mind the movement, but also the society was something different. There was also a revolution in our country. I'm from Czech Republic. I'm 42 years old. So when revolution came, I was 12, 13 years old. So the information started to flow to our country, just about religions, philosophy of Orient, so-called Orient, Oriental things. And I was curious, of course. I was curious. And I saw many people trying everything. So I tried karate. Okay, it was close to me. So first competition, I get hit on the nose, into the nose. It was not allowed to attack the head, It was for students, so I was disappointed. Yeah, there was anger in this guy because I hit him before and not shout the ki. I was used to not be quiet in judo. So technically it was okay, but he was furious that he hit me in the nose. So I was disappointed again. This is not the thing I'm looking for. So after half a year, I read with my friend, there is a Iaido. Oh, what is it? It was mysterious thing. We read about the ninjas and something. So we thought, yeah, the fighting with swords has some deep in it. So we started Iaido and Kendo, and I said, "Wow, but nice. It was a good teacher, Mr. Hotovec. He taught us very well, very well. When I went to Japan at 17. When I was 17. I went to Japan. I made their EQ. It was my first it was my first Iaido, examination. It was EQ, and EQ in Kendo. I was half a year like a student there, so there is nothing for me like I don't like this lost in translation in Japanese. I can Japanese very well, and Japanese people, I mean, and this is very wonderful that I can understand my teacher and teachers before and all people I met. And for me, I was like a man, like a young man. I was a youngling. I want to be a teacher always, like my grandfather. He was a teacher, the director of a school. And I'm a teacher. I'm technical now, but my wish came true, and I have to start, teach because there we brought the Iaido and Kendo from beginnings here in Czech Republic. Yeah, our club was second club in Czech Republic. It was nice. And the people are coming, you have EQ and what to do. So I learned how to learn from my teachers I have met. And, it's funny that you have invited me for this occasion before the first Advent, because it's time for me always for I call it gratitude review. I always write the people who I met, and I always check what I get from it. And I guess I'm very lucky because I met wonderful people in Budo and in my life in general, but in Budo most in Budo. And it changed my life, and not changed it, fulfilled my expectation for it. So I'm very lucky that I joined Budo and I'm doing. And about the gratitude, I'm very glad that there are people and that they are coming. They want to teach, they want to learn, and want to show their best.
Questions about those early days when you said that you were doing judo and then it didn't really fit because it was lacking that philosophical view, and then you went to karate looking for the same thing, but it wasn't there. You eventually found Iaido and then went to Japan. So that's a very interesting path to take. I was just wondering what was going on in your life behind that. Like you said that there's the revolution happening, and then just in general, even if that wasn't a case, going to Japan for someone in Eastern Europe is not that common a thing. So how did that all come together in your life?
Yes, it was new for us, of course, for my parents, my girlfriend. At the time, my friends were curious what I will do there, and but for me it was straight. I want to learn Japanese Budo, so I have to meet Japanese teachers. It's bright way. No doubts about it. Just went for Japanese and learned some Japanese, and at the moment it's I'm kind of grown in Japan in 17, 18, this 1 year there. So at this time, I found my view on this what's happening here about karma, and so I believe in it. So I believe, and when I was started to learn Japanese, then came the possibility to go for exchange student, like an exchange student to Japan. The first one from Czech to Japan. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so I went there, meet the host family, meet wonderful people there, my new family. I have a family in Japan now. I have a house there for using. It's just happening. Yeah, met wonderful teachers. Always this which fits to me. I always looked at the way the people are teaching. in judo, I met. I was quite. How you can? I won in judo. I was very good. Yeah. So I was in representation and so on. So we met, two trainers and the teachers. So I was always curious how they're doing. And my first teacher in Japan, wow, he was so kind, so respectful, and open to how to say bloody English, yeah, from Europe, Okay, so this was behind me. Just this. I was full of sport, and this young boy about girls, of course, and life. So
How did you connect with him? If you were there for school, it was you and I think you said you had a homestay with someone, but then how
yeah.
did you arrange to also do martial arts while you were there?
Oh, yes, it was simple because the high school where I was daily student study, there was a Kendo dojo. So easy way. I met my Kendo teacher, Mr. Aso Sensei. Uh, this is example how I said I saw this people, I saw this man, and I said this is example of good teacher. I will tell you later. But when so I asked him, don't you know some Iaido teacher here? Yes, sure. There is in the city there is a very honorable teacher, and I will ask him. So he informed him, and he called him, and he said, "Oh no, I don't have time." He was kind of scared, I think, about my person from Western Europe. So he told me about his friend, which is practicing at the village where was born my host, mother. These coincidences. It's just a few blocks from grandmother. Nice. So I went there. I met Saito Sensei. He was the student of Sagawa Sensei, if you know Sagawa Sensei. And wow, it was another meet occasion. And he told me what I needed, and I went. So he died. Saito Sensei died, and I was visiting these seminars and looking for another teacher. There was everyone have something to say and show me, and I was very happy that I can learn. But then I met Harada Sensei. It was just journey. I decided to find a teacher in Japan. So I went there, asked my friends. Well, I don't know. So my father from Houston, he just searching in his neighborhood where he was working, and yeah, there is a teacher Hachidan, so fresh Hachidan. So I went there. It was Harada Sensei about 10 years ago, and I met Harada Sensei. And coincidence, he is also the student of Sagawa Sensei. He knew very well my former teacher, Saito Sensei. So coincidences and my path with Iaido is very narrow in this thing.
So you were in Japan, you were in high school. You also found this other sensei. Were you participating in the local prefectural like seminars and tournaments, or were you just playing in the dojo itself?
Oh no, sure. We were, we were building this all thing. The Iaido Kendo, the Czech Kendo Federation was start, at the beginning, and I also go to other cities and for seminars. It was for us at the beginning. It was for us. I'm from small town in the south of Czech, so I have to go to Prague every 2 weeks. We went there and have a seminary. So when it was the seminar with Victor Cook Sensei, he was teaching at at Prague in at north. So we went there. Of course, so it was very nice seminars always, and he's a good teacher. Yeah, and then of course the European Masters Championships and the seminars there. Yeah, when I wanted to make my exam, so I went for the seminar. It was expensive for us. It always was thinking about go there, not go there. It's hard times, but it was fun. Always was clear. Do this or do this? No, I do this because I do Iaido, because it's my heart is pulling me there.
Yeah, it's funny when you look back at these early days, you're thinking, how did I even go through all that? That was such a tough time.
I was 18, I was 18 when I came back from Japan, and just I don't want to be selfish, but when you are 18, nobody wants to hear you, just okay. And I really saw the differences about the teaching and techniques and so on, but I don't mind. I was teach to have open mind in this, in technique, and because I don't know why, but I'm so teach because I met many Kendo teachers, so many that you are confused at half an hour, You have Chikiko with one and the second one, and after fifth, there is a five opinion on simple attack, on simple shoulder. Wow. Okay, so I learned to be open-minded in technique. It was always what I got always from them was the inner feelings and the mind work. Yes, that was the thing what I was looking for. For me,
that sounds like a very mature teenager. Like even just doing Iaido, we typically see people in university age, like in their 20s before they start. But you were already starting as a teenager, and you were already interested in philosophical point of views and how to actually teach and transmit knowledge. How did that show up in other parts of your life? Like, was that your personality? Was that how you treated school? Was that something that you did?
I'm technical, so I went to high school and start working. But my friends, I asked them in reaction of your questions, and they said, "Yeah, you are so determined all your life. You just, if you want something, you go for it. But you are also very kind in it." So I was surprised, it is always good to hear it. I always can be angry, I can be, it's part of it, and it's my goal in Buddha is master this. We call it shadow part. This is part of us, and I wish everyone to work in it in good manners and go to light. I have because I have once 3 people. I have 3 people which very changed my life. And first one was in judo. It was my first teacher in judo, and he had no hands. He was I don't know the term in it, but he has certainly he had the left hand, just no ribs. From rib, no hand, just this forehand. and 2 fingers on right hand. And he was doing judo, you know, grip and, you know, everything. Wow, this crazy man. Not crazy, he was strong because he decided to go for it and not give up. Not give up. Why? I don't have hands, but I can grip you, man. And he told me I was so good in Nevaza, you know, Nevaza on the ground. And I not on standing, but when I got on the ground, I was unbeatable, mostly. So he told me because he has no hands, he could work with body. He never gave up. It was first. So maybe from him. And the second one was my Kendo teacher, Mr. Asu, because he was very terrifying in Kendo. You know, it was like a wolf. I call it a fox, very angry of fox behind the bars. You know, I was terrified.
This was the sensei at the Japanese high school?
Yes. That one. The first Kendo teacher, no, second Kendo teacher. First one was Mr. Hotovet, but from high school. And the senpais and kohais were all terrified of it, you know. Oh, Asu coming, he's coming. But and he was also a good generation before his grandfather and father was very good and famous kendoka. And I learned very nice techniques from him. And I went to his family, to his home, and from some feast, you know, these Terra festivals, and we went with him around the neighborhood and meet neighbors, and it was nice. They were so lucky to see him. Oh, sensei, nice to see you. Take this and say bye. You know, they were giving him things, you know, the gifts and groceries, you know, just for his going there, because he was kind to people. He's strong. He's furious and strong with, you know, with the fighting thing, and it with putting off the helmet, like it should be. And he was beloved from all everyone. So wow, it's example for sure, because ruthless in fight, but very nice in love. And I saw his wife, his daughters, yeah, his son. Yeah, so.
That must have been surprising the first time you saw him outside of the dojo, being a different type of person.
Sure. And also he was a biology teacher in a high school there. So I met him also before the blackboards. You know, oh, not nice. You know, it's teacher, very strict, but very interesting. Very nice. Well, not so. This is my journey. And the last one, I have met about 7 years ago. I went to Budokan with Aso Sensei for Kendo practice. I practice only in Japan, not much here in Europe. It's mostly Iaido, but in Japan I should go. I want to go always. And there was one teacher with 6 dan, about 65, 64, I don't know, 64 years old. It was kind of, you know, I don't know how to say. It looks like he has one leg shorter. So just not good walking. Okay, good morning, and so let's go practice. And he beat me. You know, he bet me, and I was taught from him about Zanshin briefing. Wow, it was nice to hear from him. It was very strong, fast, everything, and his briefing was wonderful thing. So I taught told him, and until today I cannot forget this learning. And we went back with Asu Sensei in his car, and he asked me, you know, this guy was about 50, was very sick 5 years ago. 5 years ago, he had the brain attack. I don't know how to brain attack, something in brain, and his right side was completely out, not moving. Yeah, yes. And the doctors in Japan sent him home. You know, nothing to do. We are sorry, but he didn't give up. He could use the left hand, so took the bokuto, and started swinging. After 3 years, he was able to practice again. You know, this is just saying this soul is stronger than body. This was a proof for me. Yeah, it's true. It's wonderful. I could not reach him in his speed. You know, so this is a wonderful thing. Yeah, you know, he never gave up, and was very, yeah, and was kind. He beat me so hard, and then he told me the important thing, the most important thing about Zanshi, and how to get this point, you know. You know, not to lose it, not finish it. So finish things, finishing. Okay, so it was. And about my life, I always was curious about everything behind, you know, Zlin and karma, God, you know. I'm thinking, I'm feeling. Yes, I do believe in God or something like this. I can coach, and I can say something about the revolution and feeling about my revolution, about, if you're curious.
Yeah, sure.
There was the socialism, okay, that's communist, that's socialism. And it means make people equal, or something like that. Equal living, eating, yeah, you can be okay, equal thing. Because, and it was good for some. And the idea behind it was, you know, the nobility, the kings, nobility, made horrible things to us. So the kings are wrong. So let's don't have any kings. We will be equal to ordinary people, just ordinary people, and we will be happy because we don't need more. Yeah, it's true. It's true, kind of. It's not wrong thinking to rid of what we don't, what's not good. But there is also a good king. There is always a good king. And the idea was wrong about let's don't be ordinary, the same ordinary. Let's be the same kings. It's for me the thing. It should be so. Yeah. So we have no chance to be kings of our bodies, our surroundings. So it's nice. Yeah, this was the mistake in this socialism and communism. Before it was this, make us ordinary. Yeah, not go higher. Okay, so now we can. And good for us, we can, all planet can.
Well, that was happening during a time where you were just becoming independent in some ways. Like you were still a child in some ways. You could see how your parents reacting. What was that change like? Was it like an immediate change? Did your parents do things in a different way? Did you find like you had access to things immediately, or how did your thinking about that evolve as you were growing up in this change?
No, I was always supported from my parents to do everything I want. Judo was supported, so I did judo. So, but only change was no, I don't know. My parents were always okay. You want to do it? Do. Show that you are interested in. And I was So they give me money for equipment and so on. It was hard, to get the bogu, I was 18, and no, I was I was 15. I was 15 when I got my first bogu. So it was fresh start, and so on. Yeah, I was also, my parents were always the same. My mother was against the communism, and so always always say it's not real. Don't bother with it. It's not real. It, how it works. He showed me, and my grandfather also. He was a director on a school, but also he could speak German and so on. So he learned me German, and I was thinking, when you think it's not real, and we Czechs, there's some special sort of this because we have movies, real satiric movies, where we were making fun of communism. We are just we making fun from it. So we understand it's absurd, but now we have chance to change things. Before it wasn't so easy. How we handle it, it's another question.
Yeah, so
Okay.
now things have become a little more open, and you were able to go to Japan, you were able to learn Iaido, you came back. Could you talk about the development of these arts and the federation and the dojos in the Czech Republic? How, over the years, how have you seen it improve, go up or down, or stay the same?
Yeah, there is, from the beginnings was hard because we haven't the informations. No, it's a lie. I got them. I got them. Yeah. So we tried, of course, but this when we went for European Championship, and there was a seminar with Japanese delegation, and the state I was developing. So it was developing. So we have to make this change. It's not healthy, it's just happening. And people were confused. Of course, our level of practicing was our level, We had to teach it first time with Nidan. Okay, how you can satisfy the people which are coming and looking for the path of the samurai, It was Wild West, as people were confused. So mostly when we said martial arts, there was Bruce Lee behind it, and the Chinese Kung Fu thing, and the samurai cutting films, and so we made these. It's I'm very grateful for it. We made these Buddha shows, and showing Aikido, Judo, Iaido, Kendo, educating society here, because you need if you want a better society, which is also a goal of Buddha, you have to educate them and teach them. Of course, like Jesus said, while he's teaching to everyone. Okay, I'm teaching to everyone. If you want cut like a samurai, okay, be in my club. I will teach you it. I will teach you. So he taught. I went, okay. So, but people remain the people who are serious about studying own heart. My teacher said that Kishimoto Sensei is saying it. It's my grandfather in in Iaido. He's saying that Iaido is practicing hard with sword. Yeah, I agree with that. And who want to polish his heart is he stays. The people stays. And but most satisfying thing in Iaido for me is anything else than somebody is cutting or go deep in his mind. It's personal thing what you are doing with your practice. You know, there was some guy came about 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And he came and I want to practice Iaido. Okay, let's go. And he was the same age, maybe older than me. And I had really nothing to say to him about, you know, concentration, life, and so on, because he was ready. So, you know, what I can say, nothing, just practice. He need to practice. He need some frame for his life, for his movements. And he didn't make the examination, and so he made a level about second dan level, and he left. And I didn't saw him for half a year and so on. And I met him in a town, and wow, he was about 1 meter taller. You know, he was tall and big and big. He was big. And I said, yeah, nice to see you. How are you? And fine. And he said, yeah, you look great, and you know, look strong. There's some change in it. Eh? Yeah, it's because it's thankful. Yeah, he meant, you mean practice? Yeah. You know, it's thank to practice, because he was able to correct his posture, and he was happy. He has a new girlfriend. He had a new girlfriend. Looked happy and strong, and that's goal for me. You know, we don't need to swing a sword or, you know, release the arrows all the time in life. When you get what you want, okay. But I appreciate when someone stays and go deeper and deeper in it. Yeah, because we can help the people who would come, and be ready to be big.
That's such a great example of how, even if you don't train for too long, like you said, he was Nidan, that the impact of this can be widespread. So
Yes,
I was just wondering, even for someone like you who was so serious from the very beginning, what are some changes that you've noticed in yourself throughout the years of practice? What are things that you've changed for the better, that you've corrected in your character or in the way that you do things?
patience. And really, there is another example. The respect for another people, for another opinion. Yeah. Yes. I guess it changed. It has changed, and respect for another people, because I have a student, you know, and he's younger than me, but I am learning from him to how to live and how to handle with people with another opinion, and I'm showing him my understanding of him, and the influence is wonderful. Yeah, because this is the change. Yeah, I accept that I can learn from anybody. Yeah, this was point about 12 years ago when he came. This was big change. I'm touched now, because if we understand this, we can respect each other. And it doesn't mean I have to agree with you. but I respect your opinion. Yeah, it's nice. He showed me how to. Yes.
What was it that he was doing, and when did you start noticing this change in yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not easy. Now I cannot the exact example. Maybe with some misunderstanding with another student. Yeah, it was nice. I was listening to Peter West's and your interview, and he was talking about this hardness and this
Barrier.
blockage, barriers. Yeah, barriers. Nice, thank you. And I hit the barrier at this from his student, and I got mad. I have to admit, I got mad. It's okay now. We we found a way, but at this time, another student he told me how to how to release this anger and this this pressure to him to understand, because you don't need to. Yeah, I don't have to push on it, because it's time. It's time, Yeah, there's a wonderful thing about our Western culture. Uh, I was very I was It was fun to listen to Peter West. We need to understand. We have to understand. It's so against the Buddha. Understand. How can you understand Mushin when you are aiming or touching the equipment? It's there. You don't understand. You cannot understand it. Yeah, and yet we are trying. It's wonderful about our civilization. The mind is a great teacher. And this, yeah, we are sharpening everything. It's nice. It's nice. And about competition, for me, behind, I like competition. I like competition. I like to win. Yeah, but it's not the case. I feel just, yeah, I did good job. When I don't win, that's okay, because I been before. I like judoka. I won everything I wanted, mostly. But competition is something like mind practice. It's not about what you are doing or if you have a flag or not, but what is behind in your mind. It's important for us. And our Western mind is a big horse running very fast, and it's very nice to tame him, and use him, use it, his mind, and stop it. It's nice, the motion. When we get it, when we got there, and we have to go back and always change this mind, this state. It's nice because we're doing great things.
Do you have a particular match or competition where this came about? Like one tournament where you were doing Iaido or something and you realize, okay, there's something that I need to, this racehorse, I need to tame it because otherwise this is not the right way of thinking. Was there?
It's all my life. This story. I know it. I'm aim for it. This is something what I read about this books about Zen when I was 14. So I tried. I meditate and tried. No. Reached nothing. But tried and go for it. And there was 1 second in Iaido kata. I lost my mind. I went to Mushin. No, not get crazy, not go crazy, but went to Mushin. This is it. Yes, I found it. It was feeling. It was not thinking. No, it's mind control. And then I started, it's like a firewalking. Firewalking. Go.
Mm-hmm.
It's same. If you knew the right moment, if you realize it's now, so you can go, or you put yourself in the machine and go also. Yeah, it's easy. Not easy for the people who are not practicing or aiming for it, but the goal is not go over the fire. The goal is check what is in your mind behind it. Yeah, I did it. Yes, no, it's not goal. Goal is what is in your mind. You have a fear, okay, master it. Yes, let it go. So this is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, trying.
So we've talked about what you feel like you need to work on as a practitioner and as a teacher. How do you look at the responsibility of being like a leader in an organization, or even like the team, the national team? If you think about a group of people that you have to somehow make it cohesive, not just individuals, how do you think about that responsibility?
Yeah, it's not. I believe, or I not believe. I do have my. It's happening so when I am open to learn and open to new ideas. So they are open, the students, and representation also what. And they are nice because it's nice because we go for the same goal. Yes, we don't have to argue of if we are go there or don't go. We go the same way. Another style, okay, but the thinking, okay, but the goal is the same. Show your potential, and I always can see what potential it is, how to get this potential from this guy, for this lady. So it's nice for me to find the word or way how the people which are practicing realize, oh, I can do it. I can. I just needed to. I can do it. No thinking. I feel it now. So do it now. That's the most, how do you call it, responsibility. It's the greatest responsibility for it, to find the right word and the right movement. Yes.
Okay.
For me, this, the same goal always creates the. Maybe I'm lucky that our team is good and my dojo is full of nice people, and the national team is wow, just a bunch of friends. So we are doing the same thing and have the same goal to learn how to show our potential.
Well, I think like even though you're friends and that helps a lot, I think what you've just said lays out a very strong framework for anyone, which is make sure that everyone's on the same page. They have the one goal that everyone's striving for. In your case, as the leader of the team, you need to model the right behaviors so that everyone else can see, okay, this is what I need to, this is how I should act. And then when you give them the opportunity to find something that they love or find some realization, you encourage that. You show them that, yeah, this is what you want, and keep going for it. So I think that's a great way of thinking about leading.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because everyone can count, and say, make it 20 times, and you do it good, but work on it. but it's not why we are doing this thing. You know, it's nice to have medals and cups and be a good, high on ladder, but if you don't feel good or some progress in your personal life and personal life, it's for nothing. So we have to be on the same page. Yes, and we are. Sure. I feel it. Yeah, of course there's a competition. It must be, should be. When there is no competition, there is no growing up. Yes, but I hope in Iai, and I hope in I cannot really I cannot imagine the judo competition. Yeah, everyone hates. Yeah, so it's all like in Iaido. Oh, it's not so easy in Iai to judge. It's very hard for judge to raise the right flag. This is responsibility to be clean. I call it this 0-1 switcher. You cannot be thinking, you just switch. Yeah, it's very good, great responsibility. And so just we are fighting, not fighting ourselves is not good reason, but we are fighting these emotions and so on, not fighting, accepting them and work with it. Yes, not fighting. I'm learning how not to fight in Budo. Yes, I'm learning how not to fight. It's my credo about this. Yes, how not to fight. Speak. Because I feel if it's interesting for you about the karma, I don't think I know that us we are gathered in Budo. We have a history in it, in wars, and we are lucky because not like just the warriors, but like the victims. So we know the other side of this terror and horrible things, and we can learn, and we can change now. We can change. So we are lucky because we have Buddha, the thing which we are strong in, and we can find strong in our life. This is something.
And it's clear that Buddha has been part of your life, so much of your life. and like I just wondering how have you balanced that within the broader context of your whole life? Because I could see you have two beautiful daughters, well behaved in the back. How have you managed the Budo and personal life, and how does that all fit together?
I don't have a tatami or something. The Japanese look like just normal. Mostly my friends don't know that I practice Iaido. Then they don't know it, or were surprised when found. For example, in my former um, firm where I was working, in my office, I put the trophy from the Czech Taikai, Team Taikai, because there was no other place to place it. So I take it to my office, and everyone was surprised. Wow, what is it? What is it? It's my team, won, my dojo team won the prize. Oh, what are you doing? I'm practicing about 26 years, Iaido. Surprised because I'm not, nobody knows, or I'm not look like, I think. Yeah, so of course my people around me knows that I have a nickname Sensei. Yeah, but it just was fun. I'm not fighting and not telling something special. When someone is curious, I can show him, but Budo for me is not such important as it seems. It's we have our lives, and the Budo can create very nice frame for and strong frame for the picture we create in our life. It's my feeling, because if someone threw himself too much on Budo, I will practice. I practice every day, 10 minutes. You know, I have a third here, so I can swing it, make some moves. Okay. Then go for regular training, or I have now in lockdown, I have practice time. Okay, but swing it every day, 4 or 5 minutes, minutes. But if you go for it so hard and aim for, I go the best, you lost yourself. No, it's something what should stronger us and bring us joy and understanding of ourselves and our society, and bring it up, bringing it up. It's not to get crazy and be better, better. Yes, better than yesterday, how Jigoro Kano said, but not the best. Yes, it's a trap. It's a trap. So, okay.
Yeah, thank you. This has been so great. You've shared so many great lessons from your own experience, which is just makes that so much more impactful. To close the final part of this interview, I have some quick questions, short ones, just to get to know you. Some of them might be a little fun.
Yes.
Let's start with the regular one, which is, do you have a quote or a proverb or something like that that you think about?
Yes, you can fall 7 times, but you should stand 8 times, stand up 8 times, 10 times, or 8 times. So it's never gave up, never gave up. And I said before, there is no need to be better than anyone else, but be better than me yesterday. It's my goal. Yeah. So
that's great. What have you changed your mind over the last few years? Something that you used to believe was true that you no longer do, or something that you realize was a misunderstanding on your part?
Oh yeah, this is the part with the student. It was nice, and must I say, when I saw my friend, the the bend the fork, the stainless fork, the bend it was a kind of shock. I knew it's possible, but see it and then do it again. You can do it also. Everyone can. Just try it. You will know the right time. Like the release. You just bend it. It changed my opinion on or view on word. Yes.
Like a matrix moment.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. It's enlightening.
What's your comfort food? What's something that
yes,
like depressed or that you want to eat?
I'm cheese type. The cheddar. It's my
Cheddar cheese.
favorite. Yeah, cheddar cheese. And we have some Czech meal. It's a fork with dumplings and sauerkraut. It's with sauerkraut. It's cabbage. Yes, nice. This is my comfort food.
Is that dish called something? What's the name of it?
Vepřokné zelo. It's Czech name, but I don't know how to. Don't know. Yes.
If someone were to open up your YouTube account, YouTube recommends videos based on stuff that you've watched before, what would someone see in your homepage?
Yes. It's just now it's about the music. I hear some calm music, relaxation music, and it's a StarCraft commented video. You know StarCraft 2.
Oh yeah, what do you watch?
Yes. Sorry.
I wouldn't expect anyone else to do that, but I watch so much of that.
Yeah, sure. Local is my favorite one.
Really? No,
Yes,
I watch local all the time.
Yeah, he's so fun. He's so good, man. He's so good.
Recently, he's done a lot of like Björn and
Sure, it's
There
the
are-
strategy about it and thinking. This is open mind. I like it because you have the build orders and it's like CTI. You have the build order and units, but what you do in it and the timing. That's what's your personality goes. Yeah, show how you can handle it. This is nice. I'm glad you like it too.
I just watched one video just before we started this interview.
Nice. Yeah, and Harston about he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. So this is and now we had some flow festival in the Czech Republic. The people which are helping people with relationships and other things from all the whole world was gathered here and talking about the flow and these barriers in people which divide us from this flow, from this harmony in life. So I have these videos now on screen. Yes.
Okay, so this was wonderful. It was great talking to you. Did you have anything in closing, like a message that you want to share to the audience?
Yeah, don't forget to smile. Yeah, sure. Be kind. Let's be kind to us. Yeah, this time is hard for everyone. I don't know how you look at it, but no matter. It's hard. There is a lot of information and lots of opinions. And I wish everyone to feel it, to face it without a fear, without a panic. Just use your mind, and yes, decide, but use your mind. Don't. I was scared to. Of course, I should be, but I using my mind, and I'm not influenced by fear. I'm thinking, and the thinking is not, you cannot be influenced. So please be kind. Be kind.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Well, Vladimir, I really appreciate your time and your messages. I think this is very important for this period of time. So it's great that we can share this with the broader community. So thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you very much, Patrick. It was nice and nice to see you and talk with you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode because we have a lot more exciting conversations to share as we explore the world of the traditional Japanese martial arts. The Inside Look podcast is made possible by our patrons over at Patreon, so if you enjoy this work and want them to continue, please consider supporting us for as little as a cup of coffee. There are many more ways for us to work together by connecting with us on Facebook and Instagram at tokuskai.canada and subscribing to our monthly newsletter at subscribe.tokuskai.ca. Until next time, thanks for listening.